Hi, I'm Dr. Bertice Berry, and I want to tell you a story. It's a strange story, even for me. It defies belief. It's out there, um, but it's true. Years ago, when I was in graduate school, I had gone home for some holiday. I hadn't had a good visit, and it really troubled me and my being. I was on my way back to Kent from Delaware, and I felt like defeated, and I felt like I wanted to quit my program and just give up. And why am I doing this anyway? All of that was going on. There was a snowstorm going on, happening at that time. It's a really big snowstorm. And so I'm driving down the road and trying to make my way on the highway. And suddenly, out of nowhere, I saw this person standing in these waves of snow out of nowhere. And my light hit him in such a way that I could see it was a young man. I thought, oh. So I pulled over and picked him up. Now, this was the 80s. I wouldn't do it today. That's not true. I still give people rides. In my hometown, I wouldn't do it on the highway. No, I wouldn't. Don't worry. So anyway, this young man gets in the car and he smelled like a bouquet of roses and lilacs. And I know that smell well because that's what my mother grew outside of her house. And so she would cut those flowers and bring them in. And even in our poverty, we had those roses and lilac. And the smell was always amazing. And that's what he smelled like. And it gave me that memory of no matter what was going on at my house, there was always goodness. So we rode quite a way on the turnpike, and as we were going, we started talking, and he would tell a little bit of his story. He said that his sister loved him, but she put him out, and that his mother had died, and he never knew his father. And so he didn't know what he was going to do, but he was going to figure it out. And you could tell that he was developmentally delayed. But he had an intelligence that didn't fit everything else. He asked me what my major was in school, and I told him sociology. And he started saying things about journals and articles and things that I had read, and it was like, those things are obscure for sociologists. Why does he know this? And so I got really quiet, because after a while, with this kind of conversation that was, it didn't make sense, I got really quiet and I got a little bit afraid. And I thought in my mind, oh, I shouldn't have done this. This person knows more than they're letting on, and I don't know what's going to happen. And I thought that. I didn't say it. And he said to me, fear not. You're going to be okay in school, and everything's going to be fine. Well, I got really quiet. And I just kept driving. If you've ever done the Pennsylvania Turnpike, you know there's a way between rest stops. I just kept driving. And I got suddenly calm. I got really calm. And I looked at the snow coming down in front of me, and my thought was, oh, it looks like the snow is at the end of the horizon and it's just falling. And this young man said, doesn't it look like the snow is at the end of the horizon and it's just falling? I'm telling you right now, I wanted to get out of my own car. And so I still was like, what if I'm entertaining an angel? You know, it's like, girl, you're getting a PhD in sociology, and shut up. So I just kind of pushed that away and just kept trying to go on. and we got near a rest stop. And I had before then told him about some programs that I knew, and that the Pittsburgh area had a Job Corps and some other programs where he could be taken care of and learn a trade and go on from there. And he said, "That sounds like a fine idea, young lady." This man was so much younger than me. So we got to the rest stop, and I gave him some money, and he got out, and he had a club foot. He had a club foot that I hadn't noticed before. And he got out and he started limping. And he said, "You're going to be fine in your whole life. Just don't worry so much." And he began to walk away. And I looked, and I was crying. And I looked back and I didn't see him. And then I just thought, okay, I've driven like 150 miles. Did that happen? And by the time I got back, which I felt really good the rest of the ride, when I got back, I thought, maybe when we're in the midst of our pain and worry and fear, and we reach out to someone else in their pain and worry and fear, maybe that's when our angels show up on our behalf. I don't tell that story often. It's still strange for me to say it out loud, but we've been together since the beginning of this pandemic, so I feel like I can share with you that even in our fear and our worry and our concern, there is love. Don't lean into fear and lack. Lean into love and joy, and know that when you reach out to someone else who's hurting or frightened or worried or in despair, our angels appear and they work on our behalf. I love you.